some 12 extra damage, but I would rather spend that 1k on maybe getting a Firebrand.
Maybe, but actually this game I would like to see him get a Diffusal Blade since he's ganking so much.
Yeah, that is true, that is true.
Yeah, I would like to see that pick up. Now, what's going on with Puppet Master? Puppet Master is still nothing, though. His GPM is still 350. Uses Alchemist Bones right there in the Vagabond Leader. And the Alchemist Bones, when used to the Vagabond Leader, I believe you get like 350 gold for it. So that's like a hero kill right there. So it's a really good item if you want to farm ASAP. But again, late game, the Puppet Master against Sandwraith, your Sandwraith is just gonna outcarry the Puppet Master. It's not even a question of how or why. It's just a known fact, really. So I'm not quite confident on this Alchemist Bones pickup. I think he should have went for a more aggressive build ASAP. And nice lightning bolt there by Thunderbringer spotting Thundra. I don't know, Arthur. What do you think they should do, man? This is the Hellborn team. What do you think they should do right now?
I think Tundra has to start getting involved in the clashes. Like, he's been out of the past two clashes, leaving Witch Slayer, Myrmidon, and Pyro to defend for themselves. I think Tundra can really play a big factor with him being a bit more tanky. He can probably nosedive into the battles and take the damage while, you know, the Myrmidon, Pyro, and Witch Slayer just pick the other heroes off one by one.
Yeah. And what do you think about his items, this Tundra?
It's pretty weird. It's pretty peculiar. Like, he has the Shaman's Headdress, but I don't see, to be honest, I don't see much magic damage besides the Thunderbringer on the Legion side. So it may not be the best pickup. It depends on what kind of build he's going. I would like to see him get a Helm of Black Legion actually, for the extra HP as well.
I would like to see him go for a PK, man.
Yeah, maybe even a PK
or a post haste or some kind of mobility item that I don't know. I'm not a fan of DPS kind of Tundra. It's not what he's made for, I think. So actually Tundra is also one of my favorite heroes, and I think post haste and PK, it's either one of those two, and once you get that, he can really gank so efficiently. It's just I don't know. It's just I don't like the DPS Tundra.
Haiku, have you taken a look at Myrmidon's items? It's 24 minutes into the game.
Yeah, which is actually, I was gonna bring that up. It's pretty peculiar because Witch Slayer is the one that's under-leveled, and wait, right now, initiation, bottom, Thunderbringer going down, Magnus nice stun there. Tundra is gonna try and take out Slither. Slither unleashes his ulti in the background. Everyone from the Hellborn team's going out. Tundra goes down. Hex onto Magnus. Magnus is looking for the stun. He gets it with the Witch Slayer. Puppet Master already has his Shroud, using it to escape. Myrmidon gonna use his ulti to escape right here. Sandwraith still on pursuit. He gets stunned. Nice Puppeteer hold to Sandwraith. And is Myrmidon? No, nice stun right there by Magnus. So, and they still want to go on this Pyromancer. No, but Pyromancer has his blink. That's about all she wrote. Really nice sequence for Android here, huh?
Yeah, they've been doing a very good job in the clashes as well. I think in that fight, Tundra nosedived a bit too heavily. His team was in the back in the jungle. You know, they were being pressured by Magnus. Well, he went in to get Slither, and he just got owned by 3 heroes in the back, while his team was still getting beaten up behind as well. It would have been better if he was with his team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Android 4 really on the dot with the Sandwraith ultis. Really, because it's when he uses it, it's like it's a sure cancel for Pyromancer's PK. And I think that's a big factor to take into consideration as Tundra right here gets initiated on. He stuns away. This Disham, however, might not be so lucky as Witch Slayer is gaining on him. Will he hit? No, he won't be able to hit any stun. And Tundra, is he going to ulti him? No, I don't think so.
Oh, he does get a hit off him though.
Juke by Android 2 playing this Witch Slayer.
Yeah, that was a very good juke by Dimension.
I'm sorry, playing this Dusham. Really good job.
This Thunderbringer might be in trouble though, as the whole Hellborn team is after him from top lane.
Thunderbringer,
yeah. I'm not so sure what he's gonna do. Oh, he actually sold away his chalice.
Oh yeah. Well, good heads up play right there. Now Sandra's just farming the jungle. He's farming for something big. He has like 2,700 gold save up. You gotta think he's gonna go for the Mock of Villains.
Yeah, probably the Mark of Villains. With him picking up his Helm Black Legion.
Puppet Master in bottom lane. Sandraith is taking a little bit of damage. And Sandraith, he still wants to go on this Puppet Master. And Puppet Master gonna use his ulti right here. Sandraith is gonna be a dead Sandraith. And that's all she wrote. Also, Pyromancer has picked up a glowstone.
Oh, Pyromancer actually DC'd. So the game will be paused.
Can't have a competitive game without a pause, I say. A competitive pause. No, this Myrmidon, man. This poor guy.
Yeah, I wonder what he's been spending his money on. Like,
he has about the same GPM as this Witch Slayer, and the Witch Slayer has he has good items actually for a support hero. He's pretty tanky for a support at least. It's just Witch Slayer I think should have shared the burden with Myrmidon in terms of buying the wards and stuff. And as Miss Bourne pointed out, Myrmidon has been buying all the wards for his team.
yeah, that is true. Witch Slayer should be sharing the burden with him because now Myrmidon is basically kind of useless, especially in escaping and initiating with him not being able to actually chase heroes down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he needs to at least get his boots, at least the boots.
At least the boots, that's right. And I don't know. I'd like this, like, as compared to a Witch Slayer without items and a Myrmidon without items, I think the Witch Slayer without items would be more effective than a Myrmidon without items. Wouldn't you agree?
It's actually debatable. I think both of them without items would be quite bad.
Yeah, but if you had to pick one or the other.
If I had to pick one of the other, I'd probably pick Witch Slayer because the cooldowns on his skills are basically a lot more longer. Not a lot longer, but they are longer than Myrmidon, and Myrmidon has more initiating kind of skills.
Yeah. Just unfortunate, I suppose, for this Myrmidon as he tries to catch up on his farm in the jungle. And unfortunate that Sandraith died right there. He couldn't have known. Puppet Master just went in with the Shroud. And just to show you the power of the Shroud, Puppet Master, there's an insane amount of burst. When you stack it with his Whiplash right now, you see right there, 292 base damage. And now Magma's nice stun right there to get away from the Pyromancer. But when you stack his Whiplash with the crit from Assassin Shroud as another pause goes through, it deals a big amount of damage, doesn't it, Arctic?
Yes, it does. It does so much damage, especially stacking it with the Shroud damage. But as you said before, as you mentioned before, Sandraith will just out-carry this game if they decide to drag it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But seeing as Hellborn can't really do much at this stage in time, they tried to push, but they kind of failed, and Legion got the best of that clash. You know, they might need to start ganking up a bit and start warding up, as far as I can see. Because the only wards placed by the Hellborn team, actually there are none. There are no wards placed by the Hellborn team now, so they need to get some, some map coverage in order to prevent ganks and for them to gank as well. As we see, Witch Slayer is placing up some wards here.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know for this Hellborn team. Oh, Puppet Master gets a Blessed Orb. Interesting. So you might be thinking of going for that Cauldron Sheepstick.
He might be. Or he might be even going for the Gnaw.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But to block what? And Thunderbringer, I suppose, but...
Sandraith's ulti?
Oh, right, that's right. Sandraith's ulti is blocked by the Null Stone. And, Slither already has his, Helm of the Black Legion. D-Sham, he's working on that, I don't know what it's called, Astrolabe? Yeah, I think it's called Astrolabe here. And, D-Sham is one of those support heroes that you actually pick on a two-lane instead of a tri-lane. I don't like seeing D-Sham in a tri-lane really, but D-Sham in a dual lane, he's pretty effective because he's one of those supports that makes sure that your carry can't get killed, and that's exactly what they needed for this Sandraith. And the Sandwraith, how much gold does he have? He has 2,900 gold, really close to that Sword of the High.
Yeah, I think he was he had a side setback when he ran into Puppet Master at the bottom lane just now. Oh, he's gonna run into some trouble now as Puppet Master
This Puppet Master just wants the Sandwraith.
Yeah.
Nice ulti right there to get away though.
Yeah. Puppet Master really hates Sandwraith, trying to stop his farm, you know, trying to prevent him from getting his Sword of the High, because once that Sandwraith gets his Mark of Brilliance, it's going to do massive amount of AoE damage, especially when he passes
definitely. The problem is, it just seems like only the Puppet Master is interested in the Sandwraith, whereas the whole team should be interested in the Sandwraith. Sandwraith already the highest level in this game right now, and for a carry, that's not a good sign. If you're the opposing team, and right now he just got delivered a Sword of the High. And top lane, Pyromancer, he's gonna go down to this Magmus with the assistance of this Thunderbringer. So, and he still PKs in, and he wants a piece of this Tundra, but nothing's gonna come out of it. Witchslayer and Myrmidon are here. Legion team's gonna go for this tower push though.
Yeah, I'd like to also point out that Myrmidon has finally got his Marchers.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
And now, actually, Thunderbringer opting for a Tablet of Command for his first item, so...
It's a pretty good pickup, you know, because Thunderbringer has... Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Ghost Marchers for his speed to chase down heroes. Instead, he opted for the Steam Boots. So that does slow his movement speed slightly more, so I can see why he got the Tablet of Command.
Yeah, definitely. And Thunderbringer is just one of those heroes that can nuke you from a pretty long distance. So to maintain that distance, Tablet is actually a really good item. So, okay, the ward fight right here. And Android has a ward, the same place where DivY has a ward, and they pretty much know the Puppet Master and the Witchslayer here. Puppet Master just went invis. Everyone scatters for the Legion team.
Yes, Legion backs off from the clash, you know. Maybe we'll see Hellborn deciding to push top lane to maybe get the inner tower.
Yeah, although, even if they do get the second tier tower as an invisible Thunderbringer goes along, let's check the bottom lane and see how Sandwraith is doing. He's just solo farming the bottom lane, and this is really scary for the Hellborn team. As long as Sandwraith is able to get his... what's it called here? Radiance?
Mark of Brilliance.
Mark of Brilliance. My bad. It's just not looking good for the Hellborn team. As if they keep leaving the Sandwraith alone, the solo farm, I don't see them coming back from it, if that is the case.
Yeah, but I also like to point out that, you know, Sandwraith has such a high farming capability because of his ulti. Like, his whole team can be at a clash while he farms and waits for the clash to start, and he can ulti to initiate in. So that increases his you know, his farm capability so
100% right. Yeah. We see Android trying to do this ward. Someone has no.
Oh, as we see Thunderbringer running into some
nice ulti right there by Thunderbringer. Magma stuns into the Pyromancer. Myrmidon going down. Sandwraith ports in, and he gets a hat trick himself. So his Mock of Brilliance, really, it's already there if you want it, and he just bought it right there, actually.
Yeah, we can see that the Hellborn team, it really looks really grim for them right now, because, like, again, Tundra not being there at the clash with him being full HP, it would have been good if he was there to use his barrier either now that he has it up. And Legion opting to push for this top lane with 4 heroes there. I don't think the Hellborn team can do anything about it. They might just have to back off.
Yeah, that's true. And the courier just delivers Sandwraith's Mock of Brilliance, so this spells pretty much trouble for the Hellborn team. And what do you think it boils down to? What was not addressed? Do you think a little bit of miscommunication? Puppet Master played a little bit too aggressive at times? Or do you think it just boils down to item pickups?
I think Puppet Master was playing a little bit too aggressive, but it paid off in sometimes, you know, he managed to get a few kills up. I would have liked to see Pyro roaming a little bit more at the start, like once he got his portal key, like he just continued staying in lane, farming till he got like his steam boost before he actually started moving around. So if he had like ganked a little bit more at the start, it might have changed this game.